Noticing grammar, future certainty, and possibility. Sometimes when we think about the future, we might not be totally sure about what will happen. In this case, we could use words like maybe or I'm not sure. Other times, we might feel really confident about what will happen. We are certain, we are sure. In this case, we could use words like definitely or for sure. There are many ways to express certainty about the future in English, but let's talk about how we can do it with verbs and adverbs. You already know that we use be going to and will to make future predictions. Let's go back to Adam's email for examples. He says, "We are going to drive to Santa Monica. We'll check in to our hotel. We will have a long drive the next day." When we use be going to and will, we're showing 100% certainty. We are very sure that these things will happen in the future. But what if we have a little doubt? What if we're not totally sure? If we're almost sure, but not 100%, we can use the adverb probably. For example, Adam says, "We will probably go to the Santa Monica Pier, and we probably won't go out that night." So here, he's not 100% certain, but he's almost 100% certain. We could say he's about 90% sure. Probably is an adverb, so we always need a verb with it. If we use it with will, it will come after will. In negative sentences with won't, we can use it before won't. If we use it with be going to, we want to use it after the be verb. What if we are really not sure? Well, maybe we're just 50% sure, 50% certain that something will happen. This is the perfect job for may and might, or may not and might not. For example, in his email, Adam says that when they go to Santa Monica, they might ride the Ferris wheel. It's just an idea. Maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. Might shows that it's about 50% certain that it'll happen. Might is the same as saying may. So we can say we may ride the Ferris wheel, and it means the same thing as we might ride the Ferris wheel. May and might are what we call modal verbs. You'll learn more about modal verbs as you continue to study English. All you need to know right now is that when you use a modal verb, the base form of the verb comes after it. So it doesn't matter what the subject is, we will always use the base form of the verb after a modal verb like might or may. So we can say we might ride the Ferris wheel and he might ride the Ferris wheel. But it is wrong to say he might rides the Ferris wheel. We don't need that S here, we just need the base form. Careful. We could say, "Take a jacket. It may be cold," or "It might be cold." This means I think it will be cold. May and might express a possibility. You could also say, "Take a jacket. Maybe it will be cold." In this case, we use the word maybe which is an adverb. It always comes at the beginning of a sentence. It's also more common in speaking than in writing. So in formal writing and academic writing, use the modal verbs may or might with the base form of a verb. Be careful not to make this mistake. It may be cold. This is not a good sentence because it doesn't have a verb. Maybe it will be cold, or it may, space, be cold. Let's summarize what we've learned. If you're 100% certain about what will happen, use will and be going to. If you're almost sure but not totally, use probably with will or be going to. And if it's just a possibility, maybe you're just 50% sure, use may or might with the base form of the verb.